E3 is only a couple of days away, and with it comes the promise of the reveal of the next Assassin's Creed game. If you've seen my previous videos on Assassin's Creed, you'll know I'm a huge fan of the series.
Lol. Hello, Rolf. Stab in the throat.
So here's a few things we know about the upcoming AC, as well as some speculation on gameplay and story. The most certain thing about this new title is the title, Assassin's Creed Origins. Going off of other fictions with the subtitle Origins, we can assume that this is an origin story of the Assassins and probably the Templars. The title was originally leaked as Empire, though much like Syndicate and the speculated title Victory, this was merely a codename for the project. The official title was leaked by an industry insider and then a Reddit user, with accompanying photos of a pause menu and some gameplay. Next up is the setting. Origins is going to be set in Egypt, most likely during the 5th dynasty if the leaked Reddit photo is anything to go by. The mission objective says follow Shadia to Canut's villa. Canut was a queen of Egypt during this time, which was between 1400 and 1200 for any non-history buffs out there. The ancient Egypt setting hasn't changed since the leaks of Empire back in early 2016, but there have been some new rumours since then. Origins is purportedly going to be set across the East Mediterranean, with parts of ancient Greece set to be explorable as well. This leads on to the next point. Naval exploration a la Black Flag and Rogue is apparently making a return, though not naval combat. No, this form of ship sailing is more in the style of The Witcher 3, which had small sailboats that could easily be handled by grizzled Witcher Geralt. The boats piloted by the main character are used purely for travel purposes, allowing you to easily get across the Mediterranean to visit your pals in Athens and Sparta. So don't expect to be holding a cannon around in the prow of your little dinghy. As in any AC game, the story is the big thing. So far we know very little about the story, but the main character is apparently an Israelite, which gives us a clue about what's going to be happening. Chances are your character is going to be very interested in freeing his people from Egyptian slavery, and a piece of Eden is said to be involved in crossing the Red Sea. If it's not a staff that can be used to control water, then I'll be very disappointed. On a different note, there's a rumour going around that there will be two characters, the other being female, much like in Syndicate. The sibling banter between Evie and Jacob in the last game was one of the best things Ubisoft have ever done to their characters, so anything similar is welcome.
That's it, Evie. We can rally them to our side.
Oh, like the way that you rallied those card players at the Oakwood Tavern into the river.
Oh, that was different. They beat me at whist. I can see it now. We'll call ourselves the Rooks.
You're never good at chess either.
I don't expect the characters to be especially cheerful with their entire race stuck in slavery, but a little quip here and there won't go amiss. Additionally, this is expected to be the first in a trilogy of games, much like the Ezio series. The next installment is suspected to be set entirely in Greece. Unfortunately, this won't involve the Greco-Persian Wars, which wouldn't happen for another millennium, and so we won't get to see Darius, who reportedly was the first user of the Hidden Blade. I guess that means that Origin's protagonist gets wiped from history. Damn Templars. Gameplay is the biggest change for AC Origins. As mentioned above, there's a small sailboat used for exploration like in The Witcher 3, but the inspiration from CD Projekt Red doesn't end there. Ubisoft have aimed for a much more open world experience this time round, and the narrative is said to be much less linear, allowing the characters' choices to craft the story as it goes, like The Witcher 3 or any BioWare RPG. Furthermore, synchronization points are apparently gone, so there'll be no panoramic views of Cairo from the top of a tower before diving off to land safely in a convenient haystack. Rather, you'll uncover points of interest via an eagle buddy, who you'll have some control over. Combat has also been reworked, giving more fluidity to fights, and enemies now have a more sophisticated AI, with flanking added to make your assassin that much more vulnerable. No getting into brawls on the banks of the Nile, I'm afraid. Finally, the modern side of the story is set to include the first real protagonist since AC3. The character will be on some piece of Eden hunt tasked by William Miles himself, and the lovely Rebecca and the sardonic Sean will be making a return as well. We're yet to find any other details about that side of the game, but apparently the Animus has been upgraded to the Animus 5.0, which is nothing like the one in the movie. This upgrade also means that, like in Unity, people will speak in English with English accents, probably due to a translation matrix or something. 2 years of pure focus on Origin's development, I think we can expect this year's AC to be the best yet. Ubisoft have learnt some hard lessons after Unity and Syndicate's lower than expected sales, and they've taken on some of the best aspects of The Witcher 3 and Skyrim during production, which can only be a good thing. E3 is nearly upon us, so expect the trailer very soon. If you like, you can subscribe to Those Who Play to keep up to date on Assassin's Creed Origins, and comment on what you're expecting from this year's installment. Until then, have a good one.